What we're going to do for today's workout is a hip mobility focused workout. We're going to have 3 different movements. First of those is going to be a Cossack squat. So what this is a really wide stance squat, and feel free to hang on to something for balance or for assistance with the mobility if you haven't done these before. And so you're starting with nice and wide stance, maybe double or triple hip width apart, and then you're going to squat and shift your hips towards one side, towards one leg, and you can let this off leg kind of come up and shift onto your heel, and then you're going to stand back up in the squat, keeping that nice wide stance, and then shift to the other side. And again, I can kind of shift back on my heel as I come up. The main focus here is keeping my good squat form with my torso, my good posture, and then sitting back on my heel as I come down, rather than letting my heel come up and shooting my knees forward. So it's really maintaining this back strong position with our hips. So that's number 1. The next one is going to be a deep lunge stretch with a rotation. So you're going to start with one leg forward. You can have your back leg to the ground and hand on the ground to assist you. Then you're going to reach your elbow towards your foot, if you can touch it if you're able. And then you're going to reach your hand towards the ceiling, look at your hand. We're going to do that 5 times one leg, then we'll switch and we'll do it 5 times the other leg. Again, I'm watching my elbow as I come down and then my hand as I reach up with these. And then the third and final movement is going to be an alternating hamstring movement. So we're going to hinge over at our hips. We're going to pull our toes off the ground and we're going to reach down and do this little kind of swoop motion. The goal is to get a light hamstring stretch, light dynamic hamstring stretch, and then slowly as I progress through here, I can go a little deeper as my body allows. I want to minimize how much rounding I have at my back. Maybe a little bit is okay, but we want to avoid trying to just reach down like this. That's not the goal. We're trying to get that stretch into our hamstrings, maybe a little bit into our glutes as well. So it's going to be 3 rounds, like I mentioned. I'm going to keep track of time, but it's really more about quality with these. You're going to do 10 of the Cossack squats, so 5 per side, 5 per side of that deep lunge stretch, and then we'll switch to do 5 on the other side, and then 20 total of the alternating swoops, switching each rep, so it'll be 10 per side. All right, I'm going to start the clock, and then we're going to get rocking here. We're going to go in 10 seconds. Again, this is for quality, not for speed, but I will track the time. Starting with those 10 Cossack squats. 3, 2, 1, and go ahead. I didn't mention, but you can kind of do whatever with your hands, whatever's comfortable. You could hold them up top or use them as a little bit of counterbalance or across your chest. After those 10, we're going to make our way to the ground. I'm going to start with my left leg forward, right leg back. We're going to do 5 of these stretches where I'm reaching my elbow to my foot, reaching my hand towards the ceiling. That's 1. And after 5, we're going to switch our feet. So now I have my right leg forward, left leg back. And again, reaching towards that foot with my elbow. And then reaching towards the ceiling with my hand. 5 total per side. And after those 5, we're going to back to standing. We're going to do our 20 alternating hamstring swoops. So just like that. 1, 2, all the way to 20. And after those 20, we're going to go back to the Cossack Squats for round number 2. Nice and wide stance. Ten total. And after those 10, we're back to our kneeling lunge position for our deep lunge stretch with the rotation. 5 per side. After those 5, switch sides. And then we're back to our feet. Those 20 alternating swoops. And after those 20, we are back to our Cossack Squats for our final round. Third and final round of 10. And after those 10, we're back to our deep kneeling lunge position for our last set of these rotations, 5 per side. And after those 5, switch sides. And after those 5, we're back to our feet for one last time. Final set of our 20 alternating hamstring swoops. that's 20. We're all done. If your heart rate's elevated, take a second, breathe, nice and controlled, bring that down. Took us just under 8 minutes to do that. You're all done for the day. Good work.